Picture this. It's pitch black in Compton, and while most people are sleeping, one man is dragging a tennis bag down the street like it's a suitcase full of destiny. Not because he hopes his daughters will be great, but because he already wrote their future down like it's a contract with the universe. And the wild part? Nobody asked him to dream this big, especially not the world that keeps telling him, stay in your place. So King Richard, 2021, is the true story of Richard Williams, Venus and Serena's dad, who's basically running on faith, stubbornness, and a plan so detailed it sounds crazy, until it starts working. We meet Richard hustling hard, security jobs, odd gigs, anything to keep his family afloat. But every spare second, he's on those cracked public courts with Venus and Serena, training them like they're already champions. And he's not just teaching forehands, he's teaching survival. Because in Compton, you don't just go practice. You look over your shoulder. You deal with gangs. You deal with people who don't want you to win. Their mom, Oracene, calm, sharp, unshakable, keeps the house steady while Richard goes full bulldozer mode on the outside world. And that's the balance. Richard is the shield, Oracene is the backbone. Now Richard isn't trying to play the usual sports parent game. He doesn't want random tournaments every weekend, burning out his kids. He keeps saying it. They're not ready. Everyone thinks he's controlling, but he's also protecting them from the machine that chews up young talent. Then comes the first big break. Richard gets the attention of a coach, Paul Cohen. This guy has worked with serious players, and when he sees Venus, her power, her focus, he's like, okay, this isn't normal. Cohen offers to coach Venus for free, which is huge, but Richard still doesn't bow. He watches everything, questions everything, pushes back on everything. Because Richard's not looking for a coach. He's looking for a partner who won't treat his daughters like products. As the girls improve, the pressure grows. People start circling, sponsors, scouts, tennis officials, and also the darker side of attention. Richard gets threatened on the courts. There's a moment where you realize he's not paranoid. He's just living in a reality where one bad night can end everything. And even when Venus is clearly better than most kids her age, Richard still won't unleash her fully into the junior tournament grinder. The tennis world is confused and annoyed. Coaches want trophies. Richard wants longevity. He wants Venus to be a kid, laugh, dance, ride bikes, because he believes a healthy mind lasts longer than hype. Eventually, though, the moment arrives. Venus is ready to step into the spotlight. She gets chances to play higher-level matches, including a major test against a top pro, someone with experience, power, and zero mercy. And it's intense because Venus has the talent, but she's still learning the mental war of professional tennis. She doesn't just get challenged on the court, she gets challenged by the whole environment. The media, the expectations, the subtle disrespect, the pressure to be grateful instead of demanding what she's worth. And Richard is right there, still loud, still stubborn, still taking heat. Because if the world wants to come for his daughter, it has to go through him first. Then we hit the big payoff. Venus gets offered a pro deal. Real money, real stakes. Real proof that Richard's impossible plan wasn't delusion. It was direction. But even in victory, Richard doesn't turn it into a victory lap. He turns it into a lesson. Stay grounded, stay protected, stay focused. And the final punch? The movie makes it clear this isn't just about Venus. Serena is right there, watching, training, waiting, like a storm loading in the background. The story ends with Venus stepping into her pro career, and you're left with that chill realization. Richard didn't just raise champions. He raised a new era. Because he looked at a world that wasn't built for his daughters and said, cool, then we'll build our own. If you enjoyed this recap and you want more movie stories like this, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and tell me in the comments what movie